friends, it's me, Amy Rebecca, your internet bestie for all things personal development, intentional living and dream chasing, as well as former overconsumer turned conscious consumer who now begs that we take a step back and ask, have we lost our minds? I'm about to lose my mind with my hair today. It is driving me absolutely insane. By the way, it's been a couple of months since I've uploaded one of these commentary videos just because I had to take a little bit of a break from TikTok for my sanity. So I haven't really been seeing content to inspire me to make a video, but there was no escaping the news of Mikayla Nogueira's recent luxury haul. And that really got me thinking about how Mikayla is the ultimate overconsumer. She is the poster child for how influencer culture lends itself to constant hyperconsumption, the glorification of stuff, and the endless excess. And I think the way that influencers like Mikayla are both the products of, but also the catalysts that drive the never-ending hyperconsumption machine is really interesting. So let's delve into that today. And if you like these kinds of videos, if you're interested in conscious consumerism, then I suggest that you hit that subscribe button. I need this coffee so desperately to make it through this video, but it's too hot to drink yet. Okay, so I'm just going to assume that we all know who Mikayla Nogueira is, purely because I know who Mikayla Nogueira is, and I live under a rock. I genuinely couldn't pick many influencers out of a lineup, so the fact that I am familiar with her leads me to believe that most other people in the world are. But just to cover our bases, Mikayla Nogueira is a TikTok beauty influencer who has skyrocketed to fame over the last few years, amassing millions of followers and millions of dollars. Initially because of her relatability. And I used to follow Mikayla going back a few years ago for that very reason. She came across as a girl just like me, right? Unpolished, living a very average life, who just had a huge passion and talent for makeup. I mean, that last part is very much not like me because I have neither of those things. But what I'm saying is she was a very relatable person. But I think another aspect of what has led to Mikayla's very rapid rise to fame has also been controversy. Back in 2023, we had what became known as Mascara-gate.
This is the new Essence Call Me Queen mascara. Curl the lashes. It has this really flexible wand.
Where Mikayla did an advert for a mascara, but it looked to all the world like midway through filming that ad, she swapped mascaras to a different brand to get a better effect in order to sell the mascara that she wasn't actually using. There have been accusations that her thick Boston accent isn't real. It's alleged that she committed charity fraud, and then there was that whole ordeal with the fake tan guy where he claimed that he lost $10,000 because Mikayla promised that she was going to promote his fake tan and then she didn't.
Mikayla's lies have cost me $10,000. Yes, I am $10,000 in debt because of her lies.
Like, it's drama. But all of that aside, obviously as Mikayla's audience has grown, so too have the PR packages and the enormous hauls, and she's often been referred to as the final boss of overconsumption, and I can see why. So first off, to set the scene, in case you're not familiar, I am going to show you a video where Mikayla gives us a tour of her beauty room, which is, just as it sounds, an entire room of makeup.
My beauty room is officially done. Let's do a full tour. This room is absolutely insane. I decided to do 2 full-size pack systems that corner in the room, and we spent so much time making them look immaculate. This wall has all of my hair products and perfume. I love the perfume display. We have this cute little sit-in nook. Just adds a little coziness to the room. Against the window, I put all of my Alex drawers just for all the additional storage. And then smack in the center is my desk where I'm going to create all my content. On the desk, I put all of my most used skincare, skin prep products. I always use a lot of Q-tips, so I have a bunch. On the top of the packs, we have some of my favorite lipsticks, all my brushes, my full Bedazzle collection, which is growing, and the ABH lip velvets are my favorite lip products, so I like to have them on display.
I say this a lot, but nobody needs this much stuff. Specifically, nobody needs this many perishable items. It's absurd to own easily over 100. It looks more like 200 perfumes. It makes no sense to have a wide variety of foundations in every possible shade. Ditto lip gloss, ditto blush, ditto every type of makeup that there is, drawers and drawers of it. It's not necessary. It makes no sense. And one of the arguments that I see when I make this point about influencers time and time again is, well, it's their job. They have to have that much stuff. And I get that. I understand that. That is one of my biggest issues with influencers. The job itself at its very core requires, is built on the constant promotion of overconsumption and glorifying junk. Because we look at all of this stuff, this room full of makeup, and we know that it's excessive, but she has to keep buying more because you're right, it is her job. She literally makes money from haul videos. Every time she goes out and buys a bunch of makeup, she makes money from doing that. Every time she opens PR packages, she makes money. I can't imagine how much she must charge to do a sponsored post. And that is why I think influencer culture in many, many instances is so wildly problematic.
Want to know what I think would do for a Sephora haul? Grab a drink, grab a snack. I'm really excited about these, the new Huda Beauty Easy Bake Duos. You know I fucking love this powder, and I got 2 of the Cherry Peach. I came out with new highlighter palettes. I need to open these now. I cannot wait to use these. Look how stunning. I got the new Ganesha.greaves Yummy Skin Set and Spray. This set and spray is supposed to be incredible. It's a liquid blurring balm. 2 of the new Gucci Glow Tinted Moisturizers. Also got 2 more shades of the new Makeup by Mario foundation. This foundation is so beautiful. I've been loving this foundation.
So on top of the room dedicated to makeup, floor to ceiling, she's still going out and doing the enormous hauls, but not just buying one of things, buying multiple of products. And some of these products, like, she's never tried. So she could try them and realize, hey, I hate this. This product actually sucks. But she's gone out and bought multiples of them rather than just trying it out first to see how she likes it. And then if you do like it, hey, go out and buy more, I guess, to put in your makeup room. But I guess again, it comes back to it being her job, right? She has to try multiple shades, multiple products. Everything that comes out, she needs to own it. And again, like I say, like, the whole influencer world is driven by excess. And I know this from personal experience, because back in the day when I thought that I could be a beauty YouTuber, which is weird because I have no like talent or passion for makeup really, but it was the thing that everyone was doing back in 2014, you know, like it was the thing to do. Anyway, back when I was doing that, I found myself constantly having to go out and buy new products just so that I could make review videos about them, or that I would have something to include in my monthly favorites at the end of each month. I was going out and buying makeup and skincare and hair care that I didn't need, that I didn't want, just so that I would be able to make content with it. And YouTube is a much slower pace of content output than TikTok is, so I was only putting out videos once a week. Mikayla and influencers like her, they're putting out multiple TikToks a day. They need that constant influx of new products in order to stay relevant and to keep making money. And we're at a point now where it has just gotten so far out of control that I just can't believe it with my own eyes. Like, the sheer amount of product that influencers on the scale of Mikayla own and receive and buy and hoard. Like, I'm seeing it, but I'm struggling to believe it.
This is 1 week of PR packages, and there is over 200.
1 week. And let me tell you, this is not like a one-off for her where like all of a sudden she got all this PR. This is constant. This is how much PR she is constantly getting on a weekly basis.
It's going to take me hours to open all of this. Send help.
Yeah, it makes me stressed.
I'm not mentally prepared to do this, but I'm extremely excited to see what's inside all of these. Grab a snack, grab a drink. We're gonna be here a while. Here we go. Bunch of Korean skincare and their cushion foundation from Skintific. Package from Experiment Beauty, genuinely such an iconic brand. I really like their skincare. Clarins sent over their new retinol eye serum. How freaking cute is this? Ooh, Sol de Janeiro. This is their new scent, Sundays in Rio. This package says like air, and it literally feels like there's nothing in it. Whoa, okay. Popcorn cotton candy flavored. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh my God, 21 Days of Beauty calendar? This is literally wrapped like a present. Oh my God, it comes with a full calendar, an Ulta Beauty gift card, and Ulta Beauty cookies. Oh. Shack Glam. This looks nice. I'm gonna have to compare this to the Dyson. Cute little package from Catrice. Okay, a liquid under eye brightener. These look nice. This is actually a purchase. This is Justin Bieber's brand Skylac. I'm a huge Justin Bieber fan, so I wanted to support him. Honestly, I think that these sunglasses are like hideous, but I gotta support my man Justin.
Are we okay? She actually purchased those sunglasses. I have no idea how much Justin Bieber sunglasses cost. It's kind of irrelevant at this point. The point is, she purchased those sunglasses knowing that she actively disliked them. She said they're hideous. She doesn't like them. She's not gonna wear them. She's not interested in the sunglasses. She just wanted to buy them for the sake of buying them because guess what? She can. Like, if you want to support Justin Bieber, just go listen to his music on Spotify. Why you gotta buy sunglasses that you don't like? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the comments from that video, because I'm not the only one who thinks this is absurd. Top comment, life is so unfair. And then the second comment, which I think is really interesting, it says, why are people with money getting this many PR packages? I have zero money and need/want all of this. And Mikayla responded and just said, marketing. Now, I always think you need to give someone the benefit of the doubt when you are reading a written response, because we can't infer tone, okay? So I'm reading that as marketing, but Mikayla could have typed it like marketing. We don't know. We can't pretend to know what tone she was hoping to convey with that. But I think we can all agree that that as a response to that comment, I don't know, it wasn't good vibes. I mean, very obviously, when that person asked, why do influencers always get this stuff for free? It wasn't a literal question. She wasn't looking for an explanation, like, why? Why is it influencers get this and I don't? At this point, we all understand how influencer marketing works. We understand PR boxes. So this was not a literal question looking for an answer to educate her on marketing. Okay, this was a statement phrased as a question, if you like. It was essentially someone saying, hey, it's really unfair that this is happening. It represents the frustration and disgust seems like a strong word, discontent that a lot of people are feeling at the moment because they are struggling to put petrol in their car. Meanwhile, we are seeing in front of our very eyes influencers unboxing thousands, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands worth of packages that they got for free. And I think it's really important to read the room. The space that we're in right now globally, a lot of people are struggling. The gap between rich and poor is growing into an ever larger chasm, and there is a lot of frustration and there is a lot of discontent because people recognize that it's not fair. And I think there could have been a much more, sorry, my neck. I think there could have been a much more palatable response to that comment. At the end of the day, Mikayla is successful because she's a good businesswoman. She has made millions of dollars. And when people criticize this wealth gap that we're seeing and criticize this excess and the overspending and the overconsumption that we're seeing from influencers, I think, I can't speak for everyone, but I think for the most point, it's not that we didn't want to deny these people of their success of making an income, but it's just the sense of unfairness that the rest of us mere mortals are struggling to pay our bills. There's frustration there. Acknowledging that would have made her response a lot more palatable to a lot of people, rather than just what feels like, again, we can't infer the tone, it feels like a clapback. It feels very defensive, but it does, that one word, it feels like a clapback. Okay, so with all of that said, to kind of like set the scene, I think it's fair to say that Mikayla is an excellent example of hyperconsumption. Much like so many other influencers in the industry, it's the constant hauls, the constant telling you, run, don't walk, you need this thing. If you buy this thing, you'll be prettier, you'll look skinnier, you'll be trendy, people will like you more. It's the constant selling that does not quit. Combined with her personal constant excess and hyperconsumption that I think glorifies owning as much as you possibly can. And we've talked about this in so many other videos, so I don't want to like flog a dead, I was gonna say dead cat, that's not right. The other one, horse. Don't go flogging any dead animals. That's gross. I don't want to go back over points that I've made in previous videos, but it is the constant display and kind of flaunting of owning and buying and accumulating so much stuff that not only normalizes overconsumption but promotes it to the average person. Again, we talk about this all the time, people saying, oh well, she has to own that much stuff because that's her job, but she's also telling you that you need to go out and buy it. She's not saying, oh hey, I like this blush, but only get one when you run out of your next blush. She's run, don't walk, go buy it. It's gonna change your life. Get it in all the colors you can, because she's probably making a commission. So prime example of overconsumption, and everything I think is wrong with influencer marketing, yes, but it was her most recent luxury haul that sparked a lot of controversy and kind of got my brain gears working. Not working very well, because that sentence didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Got the gear in my brains. My brains. I got brains. Anyway, it got me thinking and wanting to make this video, because this haul that Mikayla recently put out, people got a lot of opinions, okay? Let's watch it and you'll see. You'll see. Now this is a two-part haul. I'm gonna put on the first part and you'll get the vibe. You'll get it.
So, I blacked out. Kind of bad. So let's do my biggest luxury unboxing literally ever. Literally feel like Becca Bloom right now. Let's start with Prada. In my shopping blog, this was the bag you guys wanted me to get the most. And it was not a question. It was not a question. This is so sick. It is everything. I absolutely love it. I'm so into animal print right now. I wanted a more...
Did you catch that? She said, I'm so into animal print right now. Not, I'm a lifelong lover of animal print. Not, animal print is a staple for me. I wear it all the time, year round. No, I am into animal print right now. This is a passing trend for her. This is something that she is interested in a kind of fleeting moment. But she's spending like thousands of dollars, I assume. I don't actually know the price of a Prada handbag. We will get into that though. But I do know that it is going to be a heck of a lot of money that she's dropping on, you'll see, not just one, but 2 animal print bags, because that is a current passing trend for her.
Casual fall bag, and I absolutely loved this cargo style. Like, this is just very everyday on the go cargo bag, and the color is really pretty. I love that it has 2 straps. You can tell it will fit so much. I love the little side pockets on each side. Then we have this big box of treasure. I went a little crazy with the bags. Oh my God. The mini with the shiny black. Oh my God. Like, I am gagged at how good Prada is right now. I love this. Night out with girls. Oh, bitch. Something else that sold me on this, as someone who loves to go to concerts, this is the perfect concert bag. Then I saw this one. Oh my God. The pink. This bag is one of Prada's most classic, famous styles. I have it in black and white, but the pink I needed.
She already has it once, and now she got it twice. How you using that many bags? Like, realistically, are you gonna be able to use them all? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
I knew about this bag, but it is from a previous season, and I thought there was no way in hell they would have it. All of a sudden, he brought this out to me. When I tell you my jaw fell on the floor, this is one of the coolest fucking Prada bags I've ever seen. I thought they would not have it because this shit sold out so fast. It is so sick. I feel so lucky to have this in my collection. I love it. These are the first 2 animal print bags I've ever purchased, and I'm
so the first 2 animal print bags she's ever purchased. So prior to this day, she's never owned one, and now she's got 2. And I feel, this is subjective, but I feel that an animal print bag is like such a statement piece, right? And it is such a trendy item. Animal print comes in and goes out and comes in and goes out. And when it's out, it is very far out, but it's not the kind of thing that like stands the test of time. Unless you're like Kat Slater. It's not like getting a timeless black bag that you know that you will get so much use out of for all occasions and can keep for 40 years and it will still be classic and work with any outfit. It's a very, yeah, trendy purchase, I guess.
Prada has extremely nice boots. Look at these. I already know I'm gonna get a ton of wear out of these. These are freaking sick. I have a very wide calf. I don't find a lot of boots that fit my calf.
Okay, look at these boots.
This one
these are black
boots.
Does.
Look at this thing. It's like a utility boot, bro. It's gonna be great on rainy, shitty weather days in the winter. Super cool. Absolutely obsessed.
Yeah, nice boots.
This is another boot. Look at this. Oh my God. These remind me of like a Doc Marten. They do have a zip.
Tell me those are not the same as the boots she just unboxed. Tell me those boots are not the same. Or They are so similar. I don't understand. Is it just me? Am I so fashionably challenged that I can't see that there is some kind of vital difference between these boots? I guess those ones look like softer leather, so like she said, the other one's more of an all-weather type of boot, but 2 pairs of black boots, 2 pairs of super fancy black boots, I don't know. 2?
To get some clothes up Miu Miu, I'm gonna rapid fire through this. I got a New Balance little Miu Miu top and skirt. This is so cute. Are you kidding? I need to play tennis. Very soft, cute little shirt. It looks really good on. A little Miu Miu tank. I got this brown Miu Miu t-shirt. I got this little nude Miu Miu t-shirt. And I got this long sleeve cropped sweater.
Okay, we are going to cut that a little bit short because it's quite a long video, and like I said, it is just part 1 of 2. There's more, but people have been speculating how much this haul cost. Oh, wild.
Oh, I blacked out. Not a question.
5,900.
Every day on the
3,650.
Oh my god.
3,200.
This bag is one of Prada's
1,923.
She's got 2 of those.
3,750.
really comfy, casual,
2,050.
heavier winter.
2,650.
You know I'm gonna get a ton.
These are like the closest suede boots I can find. 1,470.
It's like a utility boot.
1,890.
Anything that gives me
1,150.
off mat and they do.
1,520.
It's a flat, but
975.
are you kidding me?
2,681.
Cool.
530.
A pink sneaker.
1,120.
Miu Miu top and skirt.
850. And 995.
Cute little shirt.
3,300.
Little Miu Miu tank.
862.
Brown Miu Miu t-shirt.
995.
T-shirt.
775.
Cropped sweater.
2,650.
The jacket to match the bag.
11,500.
Pink Miu Miu jacket.
2,750. 59,136.
That's just part 1. $11,000 for a jacket. Friends. And if you wanted to know the estimated total of both parts 1 and 2 combined, it's $186,346. What is that in pounds? I must know. 186,000. How much? 346. That's 139, almost £140,000. I'm gonna need you to understand that where I live in South Wales, you could quite literally buy a house for that. You could buy a 3-bedroom house for that. It's just so much stuff. It's so much stuff, and it's not even like it's so much cheap stuff or so much reasonably priced stuff. It's so much luxury stuff, and we are going to circle back to that in a little bit because I feel like that's a really important point. But again, a lot of people not loving this kind of content. So someone said, I just spent $70 at the grocery store and I'm broke now. Chat, I just did the math. It's over $55,000. This is dystopian low-key. This does feel dystopian to me. I think the whole influencer culture of hyperconsumption, extreme spending, extreme luxury, it does feel dystopian to me. It's giving Hunger Games District 1. Influencers out there spending my year's salary in a day is crazy work. Now, a lot of people are not happy with seeing this kind of content. Like I said, in the space that we're in at the moment where so many people are struggling just to make ends meet, this does feel like it just rubs a lot of people the wrong way. So you have a whole school of people who are saying, oh, we don't like this, we don't want to see this kind of content. This feels like flaunting and it feels distasteful, and I think that's where I lie on this. I do feel like this kind of content feels distasteful to me. And then on the other hand, there are the people who are defending Mikayla and who are saying like it's just her money, she can do what she wants, she's a successful woman, people are trying to drag her down, and ultimately trying to justify this huge display of wealth and excess that we're seeing in this video. So I'm going to show you a little example.
I'm going to be a little bit controversial here, but Mikayla spending over $100,000 on her luxury shopping haul makes complete sense to me, and here's why it's going to make sense to you as well. In 2025, Mikayla's earnings were expected to be about $7.8 million. So let's just say she did spend $100,000 on that shopping haul. Well, that's really only 1.28% of her income. And let me put it into perspective for you. There's a lot of money in the creator industry. If you make $100,000 a year, 1.2% of your income would be about $1,280. Let's just round it up to $1,300. And I can almost guarantee you that almost everybody in those comments and even watching my video spend more than $1,300 a year on coffee and lattes, eating out, and Sephora hauls, and you probably don't even blink an eye. And so Mikayla, in perspective, is only spending the same amount you are relative to her income. So why should she blink an eye?
Okay, I get where this person is coming from with that, because obviously the more money that you earn, the more money you have to spend. That's how money works. However, I think what we're really missing in this kind of comparison is that most average people are not going out and spending that $1,300 in a day, not in one afternoon, not on like a bunch of bags and handbags, just like all at once. Like she said, over the course of a year, you wouldn't blink an eye. Over the course of a year, I wouldn't blink an eye. If I went out tomorrow and spent £1,300 on clothes and accessories, I would blink an eye. I'd be blinking all over the place. I'd be Blinky McBlinkerson, because that is so much money to me. And again, it goes back to people saying, it's her money, it's none of your business. She's successful. She can spend her money on whatever she wants to. And that is true. I feel that just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. It doesn't mean it's right. Also, this whole idea that it's like nobody's business what she spends her money on is ridiculous when she's posting it all online for people to see. Now, a lot of people have been commenting and saying that she is out of touch. I do not think this luxury haul video was out of touch. I hear you audibly gasp. Let me explain. The definition of out of touch, according to our friend Google, is lacking up-to-date knowledge or information, and that is certainly not the case here. I don't think Mikayla is unaware of the state of the economy right now. I don't think she's blind to the fact that some people, a lot of people, are struggling to pay their bills. I don't think that she lives within a bubble, an echo chamber, to such an extent that she has no knowledge that there are people out there who struggle to pay their bills. Number one, because she didn't come from great wealth. She has also probably budgeted throughout her life. She too, when she was working, I believe she worked a retail job before she was on TikTok. Don't quote me. I think so. So she wasn't raking in like loads of money before she became a famous TikToker. She knows what real life is like from first-hand experience. And number two, she got people in her comments telling her. So it's not a lack of knowledge. She is not out of touch. She does not think that this is normal and she's just sharing a very normal experience. She is aware that this is polarizing. She is aware that this is going to come across as flaunting. She is aware that it is going to rub people the wrong way because of that enormous wealth gap that we are seeing ever growing within society. Mikayla Nogueira, I said it, she's a very, very savvy businesswoman, and she knows that up until this point, controversy, help me, being controversial has gotten her to where she is. Mascara gate, the tan guy, the weird Boston accent rumors, all of those have only served to help her platform grow and help her earn more money. I think this was a very intentional choice to create a talking point, and it works, right? I mean, we're talking about it now. She knew that by making this video, it would be divisive, it would get more eyes on her content, therefore she's making money off of doing that haul, right? Every time someone watches that video, that is money in her bank. She can go out and spend £140,000 in an afternoon, and that's gonna bring her money. She's making money on that. Not only that, but arguably by featuring all that stuff in a video and using it as props for content, she can then potentially write all that stuff off on her taxes. It makes good business sense, but of course it rubs people the wrong way because it's giving let them eat cake, and it feels a little bit more like our faces are being shoved into the cake and smushed around a little bit, because at this point, and this is not exclusive to Mikayla at all, but it does feel like these multi-millionaire influencers are making fools of us all, because they are making their money off of us, the general public, because they make their money convincing us that we need to run out and buy stuff, any stuff, more stuff, excessive stuff. Doesn't matter what the stuff is, you just got to run out and buy it. And in the process of that, we become poorer because we are the ones consuming with our hard-earned cash, and they are becoming richer off the back of that transaction. And I know that I have just been kind of ranting for a little bit, but there is something I want to circle back to that I think is really interesting. So I'm just going to go back to the last little bit of that video.
Jacket, brown Miu Miu t-shirt. I got this little nude Miu Miu t-shirt, and I got this long sleeve cropped sweater, all for fall. This is so cool.
This haul, as much as it is a luxury haul and as much as these pieces are all extremely expensive, $11,000 for a jacket, I just can't move past that in my life. As much as it is a luxury haul, it's giving Shein haul vibes. The whole, yeah, I got this one, I got this one, I got this, I got that, I got one in black, I got one in pink, I got 2 different animal print bags. It is giving fast fashion haul with a luxury price tag.
And here's what I'm going to say about Mikayla's haul, and then I'm not going to say anything else. Okay, and this is coming from somebody who used to sell a lot of luxury goods to a lot of rich women at Whole Renfrew in Toronto. So haul culture, if it's like Shein or Zara or whatever, fine, okay? Not fine, but you know that shit's not going to last longer than 1 or 2 seasons anyway, and then it's going to be replaced by the next trend. So I get it. But to translate that haul culture to luxury goods, to me, does not make sense, because true style is a curated closet over a sustained period of time. It's a collection. It is a collection. It is not going to 3 stores on Rodeo Drive and blowing $160K, easily $160K, okay? That is not style. You can't buy style that way, and every piece was hideous.
I completely agree with that, and I think that's one of the things that felt so off maybe for a lot of people about that haul, taking that excessive overconsumption that we see with fast fashion and cheaper clothing and trying to translate that onto luxury items. It's very Twilight Zone, and it feels like when I'm watching this, not just this video specifically, but her PR unboxings, her hauls, it feels like nothing has any value to her. It's almost like when she's going through like these $2,000 boots and these whatever many $1,000 trainers with the same vibe and the same level of enthusiasm as she had for a box of popcorn. There's no true value in these things, I feel, for her. And maybe that's because of the constant hyperconsumption that she is surrounded in, this influencer world that she's living in, the constant influx of stuff. Maybe that's just eroded her sense of worth for things. So I don't know, it's strange because you watch this haul and it feels like simultaneously these things are insanely expensive but also kind of worthless. And nothing cements that belief for me more than this last video I'm gonna show you.
I need to see a video of things you regret buying. Are you sure you need to see that? Louis Vuitton luggage. This is the dumbest purchase I've ever made in my life. I know LV started as a luggage and trunk company, but I feel like an absolute tool walking through the airport with these. And I travel so much that my luggage gets beat to shit, okay? You think I want my nice-ass LV luggage to get beat to shit? So I don't even use it. What was the point? What was the point? I think anybody needs Louis Vuitton luggage. Like, base is amazing. I love my base. I promise I am not trying to hate on Louis Vuitton in this video. I like Louis Vuitton, but the Neverfull. I bought this like 3 years ago and I have never used it. It is in mint condition. I bought it because it was trendy. I bought it because I just felt like it's the Louis that everybody buys. But I don't even like it. This was before I had my own personal style.
I'm laughing. No, I'm gonna come back to it later. I've got a funny story for you, but I will come back to it.
Anything Balenciaga literally just sits in the graveyard now. This is hideous. Immediately no. Immediately no. This one kind of sucks because I think these are absolutely beautiful. They're just too damn big, okay? They're huge. The Christian Dior totes, these are the 2 that I have. I just never use them, like, ever, because they're just, I don't have this much shit. If I had a child and I had to load up shit in this or something, like, I just don't have a reason to use these. But they're so beautiful. So Yeah, that's really it for what I regret. Only about 5% of my purchases I regret. I'm very...
Look, we all have things that we regret buying. I made a video earlier on this year where I shared the things that I regret buying. Oh, we all make mistakes. Like, sometimes you think you're gonna love something and then you buy it and you're like, oh, actually this sucks. But the price tag on these products that she's bought and the sheer quantity of like the same things, like, am I wrong? Were all of those things bags? Like, to spend probably, I assume, thousands of dollars on Louis Vuitton luggage and not think about the fact that luggage gets damaged on a plane until you've already spent that money. To buy not one but two Christian Dior giant totes. Buy one. If you don't like it, don't buy a second. To me, it's just giving the vibe of like, oh, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I buy this luggage and then I never use it. It doesn't matter if I buy like 12 bags and then never use them. It doesn't matter if I spend thousands and thousands of dollars on stuff that I don't really want or I don't really like or that I'm not ever going to use. It just doesn't matter. Which further just supports my point that there is no worth to anything in a world of hyperconsumption like this. And I'm gonna circle back to that funny story I thought of, just so we can leave it on a light note. You want to talk out of touch, like truly out of touch? I used to teach in a school in Bahrain where a lot of the royal family's kids went. They were super sweet kids, but like, they were in the wealth bubble. They lived in like palaces and stuff. I met the Princess of Dubai. She has very beautiful skin. When I was going home for Christmas one year, one of the kids said, will you travel for the holidays, Miss Amy? And I said, yes, I will. I'm going home to see my parents. She says to me, deadpan, straight face. She's like 8. And will you be taking your private jet? Bless her heart. She thinks that we all, even the peasants, everyone, we all have a private jet. And that reminded me when Mikayla was like, I just got this bag because it's the Louis Vuitton that everyone has. Girl, I almost bought a 30-pound bag from River Island yesterday. And I was like, will I use it though? Probably not. Who's all? Who are we all going out and buying this Louis Vuitton bag? Who's all? Not me. It is really important for me to end this video by saying, firstly, sorry that I have not stopped touching my hair. It's just really bothering me today. It's just, what is this? But also for me to just say, like, I don't know Mikayla Nogueira. Shocking, I know. I don't have her around for tea or anything. She is someone who gets a lot of hate and a lot of bullying, and a lot of people really actively dislike her online, and I am not one of those people. Again, I don't know her. I can't make any judgments on her character or her as a person. I can only assume that she's a very lovely, very nice person, because I like to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. This is not an attack on her as a person. This is pulling back the curtain and having a good look at what the heck is going on with influencer culture. And since she is probably one of the most famous influencers out there, she's the case study. She's not the only one living like this. She is a product of society, which is scary. Anyway, please remember to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget that you are enough just as you are. I love you so much, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!